Hey everybody, it's Kathy P. Welcome back to my channel. How's everybody doing? How was your Christmas? Did you get what you wanted from Santa Claus? Yeah. My living room looks like a toy store threw up in it. There's so much stuff. And now I gotta find room for it. So my kiddos we're doing a toy purge this weekend. Um, Time to let go of some of the baby toys and some of the stuff they never ever touch. Because we got to make room for all this stuff. But it's been busy, with the holidays, and I do like to spend it with my kids and my husband. Um, so, the YouTube streets, of course, have been booming all weekend. I mean, it's just been crazy. It's been crazy. But, and this video is on Charlotte, of course. Charlotte and her undeniable obsession with KJ. I mean, Katie makes a post about a prime rib that she's cooking for her Christmas dinner, and Charlotte attacks, goes in for the kill. She's really reaching. These caterers are really reaching, because Katie wrote some kind of, I guess, some kind of end of the year statement or something pertaining to her channel. I didn't read it, but they have. They're picking it apart and twisting it around and just having a good old time with it. But I don't know, she just always seems so unhappy anymore and so down in the dumps, and all this hate that she's always carrying around because she can't go without Katie. She just can't. Maybe it's an addiction to her, this hate, but mentally, physically, it's got to be exhausting to give someone all that power over you that you don't know, you've never met. It makes no sense to me. But like I said, it's got to be exhausting all the way around. Well, let's get into it, because she's really reaching for content on Katie. And, Katie hasn't been doing anything, so, other than her normal content. So she's grasping at anything to have content, to have something to say about Katie. And let's get into this, because it's something else.
Happy Boxing Day to my friends across the pond.
Okay,
I
let's
love y'all, appreciate
try to
you. If
fast
you're
forward
watching the
a little
replay,
bit.
thank you for watching the replay.
I'm not very good at this, but I'll try and...
You think you would think that YouTube would be a lot stricter, and not. We got another troll, y'all. Charlotte is a criminal, Natasha Cooper says. Natasha, actually, have you not heard the whole felon thing? You're
Excuse
late
me.
to the party, hon. Um, yeah, Natasha's just late to the party. Thank you, Cindy Lou and Mama T. Thank y'all. I
You know
appreciate it.
what,
I don't. It
Charlotte?
was.
I get it about... you have every right to feel about how you feel about this stuff Katie said about you, you know? But you're not innocent in none of this. You have been attacking Katie since you started on YouTube, since you came around. That's what you've done. You built your channel on attacking Katie, on hate with a bunch of caterers. That's what you've done. So you're not innocent in all this. You're a major part of it. Video after video after video after video. So, okay.
Weird because yesterday I had a granny watching in here that was trolling me. And
Mm.
today we have a Natasha Cooper that's trolling me. So it is what it is. But you would think, that YouTube would cut down on the docs. Because look, YouTube, they make new terms of service every year, right? And every year, all of us little creators are panicking, thinking, oh my God, we're going to have to stop doing this, that, or the other. But I guess YouTube is more worried about small creators using their PayPal or Cash App or Venmo.
I have to admit that for once Charlotte's right about something. I mean, and she's a valid point. YouTube only cares about their big channels. They don't care about us little guys. They don't even care about somebody that has 80,000 followers, but only gets 2, 3,000, 4,000, maybe 6,000 views. You should be getting more than that when you have that many followers. So that just tells you they're subs, but they don't actually watch your content. But they don't care about us little guys, I don't think, as much as they should. And no, they don't follow their terms of service as much as they should. They don't enforce things. And then when they do, it's always on a little channel instead of somebody who's really getting away with astronomical things. And we all know a few of those. But she's going to change my opinion on this because she's going to do what Charlotte does, and she's going to turn this in. Just watch. You're coming. It's coming.
Or Amazon wish list, then they're actually
Oh,
worried
you got a wish
about
list. You're a grifter.
creators putting other people in danger by doxing them. I mean, it's just ridiculous at this point. So it was brought to my attention that Michelle,
I told you. It wasn't because she was upset about what's going on with YouTube and how people are getting away with the crap they're doing. I.e. some of the people that she not follows and spews their misinformation as well. She needed to turn this all on to just Michelle. Just Michelle. She always does that. She'll kind of make a good point, and then right at the end, she puts a pin in it. Because now it's all Michelle's fault. You get it?
you know, the one that Molly had it out with and all that, it was brought to my attention that
You mean the one that Molly doxed? Huh? Is that what the one you're talking about? The one that Molly doxed and got some of her followers to go after and attack? Is that who you mean, Charlotte? Okay. Just so we got each other clear here.
Michelle is doxing somebody.
Michelle is.
So I went and looked, and yeah, sure enough, yeah, it looks like she is.
And what do you think has been done to Michelle, Charlotte? You live in this very narrow lane, and it's very narrow, and you don't even peek out of it, because had you, you'd have seen all the stuff that's been done to Michelle. I'm not saying Michelle's innocent. I don't watch Michelle. I don't follow Michelle. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. But fair is fair. Right is right. Have you not been paying attention to what has been done to Michelle and how many times she's been doxxed and all her information has been doxxed? Huh, Charlotte? Didn't think so, because you're on that narrow, very narrow path. Oops, sorry. But yeah.
Why is it allowed? That's the question I'm asking.
Yeah, why is it allowed? Because if YouTube enforced it,
I
most
just
of your
can't
friends
believe
would be
that the
gone.
internet has gotten this bad. I can't believe that YouTube has gotten this bad at this point. Hey, Alicia, I'm not up to date on what's going on. I was just looking at her post regarding another creator. Yeah, Southern Mutton, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And look, I get it. You know, her and this other creator, you know, like the other creator, they'll do videos on Michelle and stuff. I get that. But come on, man. I mean, there's a difference in in my opinion, there's a difference in talking about Michelle, who goes, you know, who at that time was going on everybody's panel. You know, she's showing her face, telling the world everything, you know, everything about her. There's a difference in that and her doxing Penelope, who I've never seen.
What? Are you kidding me? Wow, Charlotte, that lane just got narrower, if that's even possible. Have you not been paying attention to anything? Have you not seen what Molly, Penelope, Molly's BFF, who Molly set on to do this to Michelle, Amber, and a few others? Have you not seen what they've done to Michelle, to her whole life? All the information they doxed? And you're going to sit here and defend Penelope? Penelope and Molly just doxed nonsense. Oh, let me correct myself. They tried to dox nonsense. They thought they were going to. But my girl Nonsense came right in and just burst their little bubble. and just took all their glory away and showed herself. But yeah, you're going to defend Penelope. Have you not seen what she's done? Really, Charlotte? Wow, you have a very narrow path of nothing but hate, I swear. And somehow you're going to peg this back to Katie, aren't you?
In Penelope's face. I had no idea what Penelope's name was. Didn't care, right? I just
Mm.
knew that her channel was Penelope Lane. And if I wanted to watch it, I watched it. Sometimes I watched it.
Apparently you didn't watch it much, because had you, you would not be sitting here defending her and shade Michelle for doxing her. Because look at what Penelope has done to Michelle and to others. And for Molly, who doxes as well. But it's okay for them, right? It's okay for them in your little narrow path of life you follow. Dysfunction. It is so dysfunctional, all y'all. Because what they did is no better. And yes, Michelle has done her part. Hands down, I'm sure. But they went too far. Way too far. Penelope and Amber dug up records they had no business doing. Putting stuff out they had no business putting out. It's not their business. Her life and what happened in her life is her business. She chooses to talk about it. It's her story to tell. Not Penelope's, not Amber's, not Molly's, not yours, not mine, not anyone's. Just like your life is your story to tell. No one else. Who has the right to tell your life story? They didn't live it. They don't know the real facts. But what was done to Michelle was bad. And shame on you, Charlotte. Aren't you a grandmother? I mean, God, I get your narrow path in life. But sometimes you got to look above it, beyond it. A little bit. Just a smidge. And you'd see.
I didn't need to know what she looked like. Didn't need to know anything else
Oh, but it was
about her.
okay for Penelope to dox nonsense. Right, Charlotte? Right? It was okay for Penelope to do that. Okay. Like I said, you stay in that one thin path. That narrow path that leads one way.
There's a lot of crazies on the internet, that would take some of that information and run with it and put Penelope's family out there too. It is Southern Mutton. It is.
And you don't think the crap they did to Michelle, you don't think that's the same? They put out divorce records, financial records, any kind of record they could. Let it known that she's alone. Called the police I don't know how many times. And you think that was all okay? And you think because Penelope was doxxed by Michelle, which I question that as well. I haven't seen it, but then again, I don't watch Michelle. So, I don't go by hearsay like you do, Charlotte. You read something in your chat and you run with it like it's the truth. But what about what they've done? What they've done and continue to do? And Penelope just tried to dox nonsense. Are you kidding me? Penelope and Molly. The BFFs that supposedly aren't BFFs, but really are BFFs. Yeah. Your buddies. Who you're sticking up for are some of the biggest doxers on YouTube. And harassers and slanderers. Hate inciters. Misinformation cronies. Thank you, nonsense, for the term. But let's get back into it.
I mean, it's just wrong. I saw another post by Michelle where it looks like she had put somebody's mother. I don't know if it was Penelope's mom or whose mom it was, but she called her like a tree lizard or some kind of crap. Like, what the heck? This should not be allowed.
Okay, Did you see the post with your own eyes and know what it was about? Because the person that you're reading the comment from in your chat wasn't even clear on it. So no, you didn't, but you're going to report it as such as fact. That's what you do, Charlotte. You don't do no work. You get on here and just go live and just bring up whatever about Katie or anybody else, but you don't actually do the necessary work involved, and you believe anything people say to you, and you run with it. Okay. Again, Penelope, Molly, and Amber, and others really went real life on Michelle. I'm not saying that Michelle was no angel. I'm not saying Michelle didn't do her part, because she did. However, it is Michelle's life. She lived it, and it's her story to tell. Penelope, Amber, Molly, none of them had a right to go to the extreme real life that they did. It's insane. And for you to even defend them, puts you right with them, honey. Puts you right with them. You're going to continue to try to grow your channel with hate. And you know what? You're going to stay stagnant. I may be a little channel just starting out. And yeah, I could have took the easy road. I could have gotten all my subs, gotten over it. Yeah, I could have. But I chose not to. Yeah. Because I got to look at myself in the mirror every day. And I'm not giving nobody that kind of power over me like you have, Katie, and this crap that you're doing for views. Yeah. Sad existence. Sad existence.
Anyone. I agree, Mama T. I'm right there with you. I agree. Hey, Vonda, Merry Christmas, sweetie. And I wanted to thank Deb Little because my mail has not run here in, I
Oh,
don't
here's
know,
her
like 3
grifting. Because she
days.
has an
So
Amazon wish
apparently
list, too.
this package had been in the mailbox since the other day. And Deb, thank you so much. I cannot wait to use these little. Deb got me some gel pens, a little notebook that I've been wanting, and this foot peeling mask that is really good. When I first saw the advertisement, I thought, no, ain't no way it's gonna work like that. So I ordered one way back in the summer, and they do work like that. They're really good. They're a little pricey, but they're good. So I
Grifting.
cannot wait to try this. YouTube would
Grifting.
feel differently if one of them were called out to where they live. Absolutely, Sally. Absolutely. And here's another thing I've noticed about YouTube is if it's a bigger creator, you can get the bigger creator has more of a
Excuse me,
chance
sorry.
of getting something done about it than us small tiny creators do.
That's
It's
true.
almost like us small tiny creators are out here, we're having to fight our own fight because YouTube doesn't care. We don't make them enough money, right? Let's just be honest. That's what it's about. I just feel like it's social media, not just YouTube. TikTok is just as bad, Alicia says. Well, see, I don't really go on TikTok, so I don't know, how TikTok really operates as far as doxing and stuff. I'm like I'm old, so I'm on YouTube. But that's where I see it the most at. And even like Katie Joy, right?
I
She's
told you, it's going to all be blamed on Katie somehow, some way. Always. It's always going to be blamed on Katie. And here she goes, because she's reaching hard for content on Katie.
she's doxed everybody. She doxed Molly, she doxed me.
Katie didn't dox Molly. Molly's been doxed. Molly's doxed herself. And it's been, none of that's the secret information. Please stop, Charlotte. You reaching.
She'll dox you in a heartbeat. She doxed Vaughn McCrae's family, his
No, she
mother, his
didn't.
father, his
No, she
stepmother,
didn't.
anybody, right? And she's a big.
Any information that was released was public information. Joe Blow could have went and looked it up and found it. And after everything that has transpired, sorry. Excuse me. Some of the information turned out to be relevant. So, yeah. Look at what they were doing to Katie. Like I said, you guys can't, none of you guys are innocent in this Katie hate. You can't expect to constantly be going at someone and constantly digging at someone and they not say nothing back, and you go and some of the stuff you do and say is just, and it's just day after day, month after, it's too much, and eventually people are going to get tired of it and start fighting back. Maybe not in the way everybody would, but that's the way they choose to handle it. Charlotte, what would you do if someone stalked you like you do Katie? Like you do everything she posts. And now you're trying to say you go through other people to see her post. Come on, we all know. Yeah, you probably do that too. No doubt. But you still check yourself. Make sure you miss nothing. And every day you put a video up or do a live up about you. How would you, dissecting every little part of your life, trying to twist things to a narrative that isn't there? That you've never even met this person. And they have such hate for you. How would you feel? The things you've said about the parenting, the kids, the husband, everything, about her whole life from day one. You built a hate channel. Believe me, if the table was turned, whatever you want to call it, you wouldn't be feeling much different. But yet Katie has continued to grow her brand, her channel, her money, because she's making money. So you tell me who's winning. You're sitting back with all this hate inside you that's got to be mentally and physically exhausting. You're known to be a cater channel, a hate channel. I mean, it is what it is. You've been on YouTube how many years? Just saying. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Like I said, I'm no Katie follower. I don't, I see some posts on Facebook. I really watched more of her videos around the Vaughn time, but they ended up not even being about Vaughn anyway, because she stepped out of it real quick. She realized what was what, posted some true facts, and stepped out of it. But that's about the extent of it, I just don't follow a lot of reality TV, stuff. I don't know. I even thought about talking about some of it. Who knows? Anyway, let's just get back into this, because
Creator, so she gets away with it. Nothing's ever done to her. But which I would never dox anybody.
Okay, so Katie gets away with everything. That's funny. I remember a few lawsuits being filed. Frivolous, but a few lawsuits being filed. Even though she didn't lose any. I don't know. I kind of disagree there. But as far as her point with YouTube, but it was not about YouTube not doing anything. She wanted to draw you in by letting you think that's what she was saying. And then she goes in for the KJ. And she says it's all Katie's fault. Because it's always somehow, some way Katie's fault. It's not YouTube's fault that they're not stepping up doing their job. Even though she said they don't. Right at the end is where she twists you. And she goes, look at Katie. She gets away with it. It's Katie's fault. Oh my God, the reality.
Let me make that clear. But I'm just saying hypothetically.
Oh, hypothetically. Everything you say about Katie's hypothetically.
If I were to go on my channel and pull some shit like Katie Joy pulled on me, or like Katie Joy pulled on Sassy, who was another creator, they would kick me off. They would make darn sure that I did not have a channel. Southern Mutton, I'm waiting for her to get me now. LOL. She will.
What she did was so bad. Why did you not report it? You could have, and you should have. If you really feel that you were truly doxxed like that, you and this other person you're talking about, then you should go to Team YouTube. You really should. I think anybody should. Because that's not right. Nobody should dox anybody like that. If what she's claiming is true. So.
Southern Mutton, she will. When she gets a hair up her butt, again. She'll get more people. She always does. Y'all
Okay.
know nonsense doxed Penelope weeks ago. No, Greenworm, I did not know that.
No, and there you go again, Charlotte. Listening to your chat, believing what you're reading in your chat. As long as you've been doing YouTube, you know some comments you don't read. Nonsense never doxed Penelope. As a matter of fact, it was the other way around. It was Penelope and Molly attempting to dox Nonsense. But Nonsense, being who she is, took their thunder away. Because they deserved it. And you know what? What they tried to do to her was wrong. And she handled it like the champ she is. So, you're wrong. Nonsense did not dox Penelope. Could she? Probably. Probably. People trust Nonsense because you can. And, so, yeah, she probably could. Do I think she should have? Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah. But I understand why she didn't. Or why she hasn't as of yet. Who knows? Never know what the future holds. But no matter what, they can never take her integrity and her kindness and her they can't take Nonsense, nothing from Nonsense. So they wasted their time. Let's get back to Charlotte.
I really didn't. I'm just now able to catch up on a lot of this stuff that I have been missing because of my Wi-Fi situation. But yeah, I just want to make it clear, like, doxing is bad, y'all. And I feel like we need to take a stand against it. If we don't stand for something, then this is just going to keep on happening. So from now on, I'm telling you, like, if I see another creator that's intentionally doxing somebody, I'm not going to watch that creator. I'm not going to give them no view. I'm not going to give them a like, nothing
Well,
like
you're not
that.
going to
I
be
mean, that's
watching
about
quite a
all
few
I
of
can
your
really
buddies
do.
then,
But I feel
Charlotte.
like I need to do something.
Okay.
A bigger creator made a bad joke about doxing YouTube employees, and they temporarily took his monetization. See, Jamal, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly what I'm freaking talking
Well,
about.
she has a point.
If it's a bigger
But she's going to turn
creator,
it
yeah,
around
I mean,
and
they'll
blame
take
it
them
either on
serious.
KJ or play woe is
If
me.
it's a
I
bigger
can't do
creator,
this.
though, they'll also, they can get something done about it. But us small people, we don't matter in YouTube land.
And
So
that I
first,
think
what I
is
want to
kind
do
of
here
true.
is there's some serious stuff I want to talk about here in just a minute. But let me first, I
Oh
want to
my
bring up
God.
Balls' Twitter, because y'all
Oh.
know I ain't really paid much attention to Katie Joy.
What?
She's boring to me anymore. I just I'd rather take a beating almost than have to sit through a Katie Joy.
What? Charlotte. You being a DV victim in your past by your own words, and you're going to sit there and say you'd rather take a beating than watch KJ? You really reaching, girl. You grasping. And what do you mean you don't watch her anymore? You watch her all the time, Charlotte. You even watch the pages that repost what Katie posts. And you think by showing you're using theirs on Twitter that you're showing people you're not following her, but you are. And you haven't stopped talking about her. And you should be bored by now. You should have been bored a long time ago. I just don't think you can just walk away at this point. I think it has become an obsession with you. Maybe some type of an addiction. I don't know. But, yeah. I gave you a challenge for a week and you couldn't do it.
Video. It's gotten that bad. But let me pull up
I just can't believe she said she'd rather
Balls'
take a
Twitter.
beating. She's a
Because
domestic
I
violence
noticed that
sufferer.
she's posting about Robert Shin again. Like the girl ain't learned nothing.
Why does she have to learn? What do you mean? I don't know. What do you mean?
I was so nervous to make prime rib. This is my daddy's specialty. Not.
Oh my God, this is too fucking much. She is gonna sit here and read this entire post of Katie's, and she's actually gonna have some shit to say about Katie cooking prime rib snowed in on Christmas. Being with her family, you know. Wow. She is really out there. She is really out there with this hate. Let's hear it.
Mine. With the blizzard, we were stuck home. I didn't realize until this afternoon you have to let the prime rib warm to room temperature before cooking. Then I was so nervous about overcooking that I was constantly checking the temp. We got her to medium rare perfection and ate at 7:15 our time.
Okay.
Whoops. Okay, first of all, I feel like I'm the only person in the world that doesn't like prime rib. I do not like prime rib. I'd never
Of
even
course you
tasted it
don't.
until like 2 months ago.
Of course she don't. And you all know why she don't like it, right? Because that's what Katie made. Why is this even something you're reviewing, Charlotte? Are you kidding me? But you're not desperate for content, Katie content. You're not obsessing over her. You're freaking talking about her Christmas dinner. Oh, Charlotte, you need to seek a break or something. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. What do you guys? I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Oh, I don't like it. All right, so loving this time with my boys to be nestled in together. I hope all of you take time off this week to enjoy yourselves. We all work so hard that slowing down and being together is a needed break.
That's cute. That's a nice
This year, my
post.
channel grew immensely. I
It
was
did.
able to cover stories that were compelling, evoke deeper
I don't know about
conversations
that. I
about
didn't
child
watch them. I have to be
ABUSC,
honest. I didn't watch.
patriarchal ABUSC, religious ABUSC.
What's wrong with this, Charlotte? And you are really going to read this word for word, aren't you? I probably say that a million times. Sorry. But her channel did continue to grow. The stories, apparently they must be okay, good videos, good stories, because her channel is growing. I don't know. I have to be honest. I haven't watched any, but yeah. What is okay?
SC and
Okay.
trauma. I've met incredible people in California that I call friends today because of our shared goals and drive. All right, just to say a few things here.
I'm sure you
First of
will.
all, her calling her dad daddy, that's a little weird to me. But
How's that weird? She's talking about her dad. They are evidently close. So, okay. Oh, and by the way, these are just my opinions. And it is covered under fair use, Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. I know I got the disclaimer at the beginning, but I like to say it because they like to strike channels. And it is just fair use commentary and just my opinion. And guys, hit that like button for me, please.
the California thing, y'all know what she's talking about there, right? Remember what she did to Robert Sheehan and Miranda and James Derrick and them, basically the stalking and making their lives a living hell.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess she did. You know, she caused. I doubt that Wilmer, what's his name, Wilmer Valderrama or whatever, or the Netflix documentary that she's working with or whatever it is. I doubt he considers Katie Joy a friend, but you know, that's for another time, I guess.
Charlotte, are you jealous a little bit? Envious maybe a little bit? That Katie was working with Netflix on a documentary? Huh? And why would you say that? You don't even know this guy you're talking about, and you have no idea what his dealings with Katie were. Stop. You really reaching. You reaching so high. But that just comes out a little jelly belly to me. You know, Charlotte, maybe if you did stick to other content, but you don't. And it's hard to build a channel. Trust me, I know I'm trying. And I just got started. But I'll get there eventually. I will get there. And you can too. Not with hate. And not with this kind of stuff.
She says, I became acquainted with the dance world and met the most amazing creators.
And as far as Shin, I mean, we all know what's been going on there, Charlotte, and what has always been going on. Katie was not the first one to put out anything. In fact, Katie wasn't even responsible for it coming out about the cult and all these other things. They have been out there for years before Katie. And he's been sued for the exact things that Katie was being told and was talking about in her videos, covering whatever you want to say. So, and that's as far as I'm going to go with that. But, yeah.
Choreographers and directors. I settled one lawsuit and won another by the court dismissing the case.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
I'm okay. Like, I know I was out for a couple months.
Mm-hmm. No, you weren't.
When did she win a lawsuit? Because
Charlotte, dismissed with prejudice. She won. That's a win, Charlotte. A settlement where the dude who had no case in the first place, Todd Chrisley, got nothing. Absolutely nothing. And he said he was going to get all this and that, including her channel down. He got absolutely nothing. Zilch. That's a win. Like it or not, that's a win. She didn't pay nothing out. She didn't do nothing for that man. But yeah, the dismissal with prejudice is a win, Charlotte. Yeah.
I'm usually pretty good about keeping track of her winning or losing
Oh, I'm
lawsuits,
sure you know
or
every
going into
detail.
mediation and settling. So there she is again, trying to rewrite history, right?
No, she's reporting facts because it's a win, Charlotte. Like it or not, it's a win. And when you're not paying out no money and you didn't have to give up nothing, that's a win too.
I'm not aware of her winning any lawsuits.
Oh my God, I cannot.
I've grown a thicker skin and learned how to tune out the negativity. Since when, Katie? It ain't been but what, 3-4 months ago that you doxed me.
Okay, Charlotte.
So
no, it was longer than that, and it wasn't nothing that hasn't already been out there. Also, look at what you were doing. You can't expect people to do nothing when you constantly are jabbing to the extreme that you have went with Katie for how many months, years now? No, I don't dox. No. Yeah. Well, I guess you can't say that because there's doxing, and then, I'm sorry, there's doxing with a reason. Does it make it any better? It could be, depending on the reason and the why. If you're doing it to hurt someone, to deliberately cause someone harm, and just to be an ass, then no, it's wrong. It's wrong. No matter how you spin that, it's wrong. But let's get back into her going after Katie.
unless you grew that thicker skin in the last couple months, then you're full of crap.
Okay. What's Katie been doing but her content? I haven't been hearing anything. You haters, you caters are so grasping hard for content on her that you pick apart every little thing she posts. It's really, really pathetic. It really is. Because this is ridiculous, Charlotte. And it's going to get worse, isn't it? You're going to get worse with it, huh? Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, settled or dismissed, not won. Exactly, Southern Mutton. Yeah, there's a difference in a settled lawsuit, a dismissed.
Dismissed without prejudice. Do you understand that? It was dismissed because they had no case. She won, Charlotte. She won. Face it. Say them words. She won. Oh my God, this woman, she's just too much. And you know what? Nate, the lawyer on civil law, could sit there and tell her, because I was listening when on civil law popped her bubble the last time she thought she had good deets on Katie. Dismissed with prejudice because they had no case and they can't refile. That's a win, Charlotte.
Lawsuit and a
Oh
one
my
lawsuit.
God. Oh,
But
it
you know,
is a
she's
win.
known for trying to rewrite history. That's
She's
all.
not rewriting anything. It's
But
what
yeah, that
happened.
thicker skin girl. Keep telling yourself that. I hope
Katie
one day.
has, I'll tell you what, with all the caters and you always making videos and a few others, Katie's got some serious thick skin. So, yeah. Okay. I mean, she has to. It doesn't affect her doing her content, running her channel. And come on, there is a lot of caters out there. It's like, yeah. I don't get it. I'm not giving her that much of my energy. I don't understand why people do. You don't even know this woman. You've never met her. But you give her your energy. Why? You stalk her day in and day out. Everything is about her in your life when you're on social media and probably outside of it. No, I'm not giving anyone that kind of power over me. Nope. Nope. I'll make a video on people here and there, reviewing what they say. But I have to look for it because I don't even watch these people. Unless someone sends me something. But, yeah. No.
You can grow a thicker skin for real. I do. I've had to grow a thicker skin.
I'm
But,
sure.
honestly, things still get to me. I ain't going to get up here and lie about it. I've invested in the channel to make this a more enjoyable experience for you all.
Uh-oh. Here she goes. And she's going
What
to
the
go
heck's she
for it.
talking about? Because
She's going to
investing in
go
the
for it.
channel, you mean by talking down to your subscribers and the people, your supporters, the ones that Katie Joy is so big in her own mind that she thinks she has fans, y'all, or stands.
Hey, Charlotte. Newsflash. She is a big channel. She's continued to grow. So, and she has fans just like you do. Yeah, these are facts you already know. It's if you would finish reading, you would see what she meant by that comment. And how do you know she's not investing in her channel, growing her channel? Her channel's growing. I'm sure she's getting mad ad money. Yeah.
Rather, she's just a girl in Minnesota that works from home on her computer, same as me. I'm a girl in Kentucky that works from home on my computer.
The difference is she has a huge channel, a lot of following. I mean, she gets a lot of views. Whereas we're down here, we're not below Katie by no means, but I'm talking about channel-wise only. Because you're right, we're all people, and we're all trying to do the same thing. But you're doing it with hate, Charlotte. That's the difference. By no means is Katie better than you, me, or anybody else. No one is. It's how you choose to handle things and your behaviors, your actions and reactions. It's hate.
She's not no world-renowned journalist or whatever. She's a blogger. And not only a blogger, but a blogger that gets sued on the regular because she has, I don't know, she doesn't know when to quit allegedly defaming people. Let's just put it that way. No, I get it, Carolyn. I get it. It's just weird coming.
What? Okay. I'm not even going to go there because, like I said, I don't know. I know some things that Katie's done in the past, and no, I don't agree with them, and I didn't follow her then and don't know. And I don't really pay much attention to what's going on now, other than like this stuff. So I'm not even going there. Let her have her little comments. Because you can't with Charlotte. It doesn't matter. She is in that narrow path, that very narrow lane that goes one way. She cannot peek over. She cannot do nothing. Wow, I thought that sounded like gunshots. Did you guys hear that in this video? Wow, that freaked me out. We live in a really good neighborhood too, so yeah. Alright, let's get back to this. Wow, I didn't like that.
I guess it's weird, like, thinking about Katie Joy doing that. I don't know. It's just weird to me. Penelope went overboard with Michelle.
Why
If
is
you're
it
going to
so
be that
weird?
nasty and go real life, expect to get it back. Penelope went low like Katie Joy. I unsub from her fast.
Kitty, kitty.
Greenworm, and like I say, look, I think the best thing that we can do is, like anybody that's doxing other people, let's just not give them a view.
Sorry, I had to let my cat
not
in.
like their videos. And that means anybody that's doing it. I'm not picking sides here. Doxing is bad, period. If she means by buying subs, views, and...
Okay, so now you're saying you're not picking sides, but yet this whole video you've been defending Penelope and downing Michelle. Okay? But yet it's been Penelope and Molly and Amber that have put out all of Michelle's information and then some. And Penelope and Molly doxing nonsense. So now you want to switch it up and say anybody. Okay. Alright, Charlotte. She's going to switch it up here somewhere.
even likes, then she's correct. I know, right, Jesse?
She
It's
doesn't
crazy.
buy likes and views. Stop.
None of this would be possible without my husband, who's a quiet partner in my business.
And maybe he is.
Now, look, we all know Toad is unemployed, right? I do not...
Now, why are you going after Katie's husband, who has nothing whatsoever to do with her channel? Or none of this stuff? Why, Charlotte? How is it okay for you? You are not innocent in none of this. Why are you going after her husband? And you don't know their situation. You don't know them. And he could very well be a partner. You know? Why don't you finish the post and then comment? It wouldn't matter because you'd spin it anyway. But why are you going after her husband?
hold that against him because I think Toad takes very good care of his son. I will not hold that against him.
Well, and who made you the angel of that? Well, God bless you for not holding it against him. Are you kidding me? Charlotte, it's their life. It's not your business. It's really not your business. Whoa.
I think she means silent partner. Yep.
And that's what she said,
Hey,
silent
Phoenix.
partner.
He
Which is
writes my
possible.
intro music, creates graphics, researches, and helps me talk through the difficult stories I'm covering. Katie, are you trying to blame your mistakes on your husband?
What? Where did you get that from? She was saying what her husband contributes to the channel, to her brand. That he does her graphics, writes her music and her intros. Charlotte, are you kidding me? You really are that full of hate. You are so stuck on that narrow path. Wow. How do you get that out of there? Am I missing something? How did she get that out of there? Katie was expressing gratitude and, talking about how they are a partnership and saying all that her husband does.
Because I'm kind of getting that from that.
Okay,
She's
sure
kind of
you
throwing
are.
him under the bus a little bit.
How is she blaming him for anything? What is she doing wrong? Apparently what they're doing is working because their channel is growing and continues to grow. So again, Why is she throwing him under the bus for what? That was not throwing him under the bus. She's actually praising all he does, Charlotte. Jeez.
Yeah, he's not very good at researching then. Because
Okay.
what was it, that one post? It was what, last week, when she was trying to say that one person's father didn't work for the CIA. He was just a school teacher. Whenever, if she would have just heard or told, would have.
Okay, did you hear her say that last week? But she said she doesn't follow Katie and doesn't talk about her hardly anymore. Yes, she does. And since that video, there's been more in the last week. Yeah. I'm with Katie in it, of course. And again, I talked about this in the last video. She keeps bringing up the same old crap because there's nothing. And she's grasping, and oh, what a reach. So I don't know the whole story behind this comment because you're only getting Charlotte's narrative of it. There's, I'm sure, more to the whole thing. And I didn't bother to go look it up either because I don't care. I don't care. But Charlotte cares about it.
Just scrolled on down that page, then she would have seen that he did, in
But she
fact,
only read the little
work
portion
for
like
the
she always
CIA.
does.
I mean, people do switch jobs. They, unfortunately, people can't have the same job their entire life. Or maybe fortunately, because maybe they're not happy at that job.
Sure they can. A lot of people do.
Man.
Doctors, lawyers, nurses, firemen, policemen. They all pretty much keep the same job. Yeah. Teachers. Yeah. Professionals. Restaurant management. Yeah.
And what about Todd's takes, Katie? What happened to Todd's takes?
Oh, here we go.
I thought that was going to be like a surefire winner for you, girl. That lasted, what, one episode?
You would know because you stalked it to find out. I'm sure. I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't care. Good for Katie and what you say his name was, Todd. Good for Katie and Todd for trying out new ventures. You never know. One can stick. You can make money. Go for it. You'd do it, Charlotte, if you could. But I don't even know what she's talking about. So let's move on.
I don't know. I'm just...
You're reaching.
Don't pay no attention to me, y'all. I'm just complaining over here.
Yeah, always.
He ensures the house runs smoothly and has stepped up to take my place with being home for my son after and before school. And look, I know women have to work. There's women that, are single mothers that have to work. There's women that aren't single mothers that have to work. I get that. I'm not going to judge her for that. I'm just going to say,
yes,
Katie, you are at home too.
Charlotte, do you not get it that Katie's channel is a brand that she's building? She has advertisers. She has shows to watch, to do her reality TV, articles to read, stuff like that. You can't do that kind of stuff and record videos when you have to jump up every 5 minutes because your kids want something. So, yeah, she is working. And she probably has a little studio room, which is good for her. Wish I had one. I sit out in my bird cage on my patio down here around the pool. But, yeah. So, what is the big deal? And what is wrong with her husband being at home? She's even admitted that he does all the graphics and the intros and the music and even helps with research. So he puts his work in as well. He puts his time in as well. So why shouldn't they benefit from their work? I mean, LB and her husband do it, and he doesn't put nothing in her channel. Except him. You can't understand him. That's him talking. Sorry, it was a bad impression. But, and all that, they dry bag. Oh, she puts in so many hours, and she works so hard. And she don't make that much. If you break it down, she don't make that much. And we got 6 kids, and Christmas is expensive, and blah, blah, blah. They dry bag. Every time they're on a live together, it goes to the same thing. She works so hard. She puts in so many hours. And sometimes she forgets to eat. But she don't make that much money. Yeah, and they dry bag. They don't come right out and say, hey, Did they have a wish list too? I didn't even check. Don't care. Didn't even think to ask. But they, I'd be surprised if. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if she had one or not. But they dry bake. It's the same thing. They just do it in a roundabout way. They don't just come right out and do it. And Charlotte grifts. She does. She really does. I never wanted to, say that. I always tried to not, but yeah, she does. We got to be honest here. But let's get back into this because she's gonna go, I guess, continue on Katie's husband, which I don't understand. Why is she even going after Katie's husband? What does he have to do with any of this? Katie made a post about the holiday, and these caterers are picking this apart and making it into trying to spin it to their own twisted words, and it's really bad reaching.
I mean, I understand, you have to work to put food on the table and all that, but I guess I don't understand the part about you're still at home, so he's took your place. People have been talking a lot on Twitter about him not having a job. This is her trying to defend him. God.
Hey, newsflash, Charlotte. Some people actually, because Katie doesn't do the. I don't think I've seen her. I don't know. I don't know if she does the weekends or not. I can't say that. But listen, it's clear that Katie works during the day because of how she does post. I think. Anyway, at least that's my impression on it from what I have seen. So my guess is that she goes into her little studio and she probably stays in there and gets that video done for that day or the next day, gets her stuff done. So yeah, it probably does take a few hours. So yeah, then he would be in the house taking care of things like she would have been. And there's nothing wrong with that. Again, nothing wrong with that. You can work from home and still have to work, Charlotte.
Yeah. We are a team. Okay, and back to this, he ensures the house runs smoothly and all that. Do y'all remember when he called that one woman a dog? And
here we go.
He's called women the C-U-N-T word. Yeah.
I don't know about none of this. I truly don't. I've never heard this before. I don't know of him ever being a part of her YouTube channel or whatever. Like I said, I don't know. Do I want to believe what Charlotte's saying? No. There's more to the story. But of course, we're only getting what she wants you to tell. Like I said, you guys can check into it. I don't know nothing about it. Let's just get through it. She's reaching bad.
Yeah, I remember it.
Okay, Charlotte.
We're a team. For Christmas, I bought him a new MIDI keyboard so he can continue to create his music and help expand the channel forward. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's going to do it. I'm sure, Katie. I'm sure. Okay, good.
Do you hear how ridiculous you sound, Charlotte? How jealous you sound. You really do. Not just envious, but you actually sound jealous. He makes music. He makes the music for her intros and her videos and stuff. Maybe he could even sell some of it someday. You don't know that. But yes, that would be something that would help. You have no idea. And you're sounding like you're in junior high. And you're twisting this like, wow.
Oh boy. Every time you dance along to my intro, that's all him. Who wants to tell her, y'all? I don't know of anybody that dances along to her intro.
Are you kidding me? Are we really back in high school again?
But that's just me being petty, really. But seriously.
Yeah, being beyond petty. You're in junior high. You don't dance to her intro. Are you kidding me? Charlotte, that's the best content on Katie you can come up with. Unless you go back a couple years. You've been regurgitating some of that sometimes too, I noticed. But yeah. This is sad.
Seriously, I really don't know anybody that dances to her intro.
Oh,
I hate that intro too. Was she supposed to be making a website? Wasn't she supposed to be making a website? I thought so, Will, but I don't know whatever happened to that.
All right, so you do watch her then because you know her intro. because I don't even know her intro. But now I'm going to go watch it because now I want to see it. After all this, I want to see it. I haven't seen her intro. I have no idea what they're talking about. Last I seen, I think she had a cup of coffee or something, or I don't know. That was a while ago. But I'm going to go check it out now. And apparently Charlotte has too. And it's really getting to her.
So today I treated him to
Some
so much out
jealousness.
of immense appreciation, because without him, this company and channel would not be possible.
That's nice.
Okay,
That's
I mean,
nice.
that's good, I guess. You know, everybody deserves to be treated to stuff every now and again. I'm not gonna,
Oh, here we go. Yes,
you
you
know,
are.
say anything really negative about that.
Yes, you
But
are.
I noticed, though, you know, how
Here's
she
the
is still
but.
taking little jabs about Robert Shin. You know that this post right here is going
What?
to end up in a court document, because
So
she brought
what?
up, I became acquainted with the dance world. That
She
right
didn't
there
say
is going to
anything
be, it's her
wrong, Charlotte.
paycheck.
Why would it be a part of the court record? She didn't say anything wrong or outlandish. You're trying to spin these words and twist these words to mean something they don't. You say you're not going to say anything about it, but look at where you go.
Blasting Ginger Duggar and husband. Right, Brenda, exactly. Exactly. You know, she thinks she's out in her own mind, she's out here
Excuse
like
me.
dismantling a cult and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When in all actuality, I don't know of any cult that she's ever successfully dismantled. I know of a safe house that she put on blast.
Charlotte, you didn't listen in my last video. I told you to go watch the docu's that are out there, and even some of the reality shows that's been out there about these cults, Charlotte. No, she didn't dismantle one. No one said she did that I'm aware of, other than you. But she has been reporting on these cults for quite a while, and I think she has some. Yeah, she has information, and everything she's pretty much has stated about Shin all along has been coming to fruition. Sorry, but it has. And she's not the only one who's put this stuff out there. It was out there before Katie. But yeah, okay. Dismantle? No.
Probably not safe anymore because of her reporting.
Mm. It wasn't a safe house, Charlotte, like you think, and like you're reporting it to be. It was not. It was a house that was still very much connected to the FLDS.
You know, I know of that, but
No, you don't.
yeah. All I can picture is me with the cat playing the keyboard. But I do appreciate, you know, balls and the stuff. You know, they do catch her posts and stuff, so I appreciate that. That way, all I gotta do is go to Balls'
Oh, it's not
Twitter,
over.
and I ain't gotta mess with Katie Joy. But
Yes, you
I'm
do.
trying to understand, like,
What do you think
the
you're doing,
car
Charlotte?
thing. Like, I guess she posted.
Okay, what do you think you're doing, Charlotte? You're not going to mess with Katie Joy. You are Charlotte. You're using other people's pages to view the content, but don't think for a minute we don't know that you're checking it to make sure it's the proper content. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Our car is ready earlier than we expected. I'm so excited to have a new car after over 12 years, BMW.
Good for her.
Is she not, look, I get, you know,
Uh-oh, here we go.
that she's worked hard in her mind. You know, she's made a lot of money, undoubtedly.
In her mind, her channel has continuously grown. She's put the work in, Charlotte. You got to give her that much. If nothing else, you've got to give her that much. She's put the work in, and it's paying off as it should.
So yeah, if she wants to get a car, you know, good for her, get a car.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Here's the
almost
but.
like she's oblivious to the fact that a lot of people can't even afford groceries right now, or their heating bills,
It's
Christmas even
just wait, it's
for their
coming.
children. I mean, when I get little stuff like on my Amazon wish list and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
of course I
Woe
get
is
on here,
me,
I try to thank everybody.
Charlotte. Yes, it's tough out here for a lot of us. It really is. Katie's worked hard for her channel. She hasn't, her car was 12 years old. Most people don't keep them that long. I'm sure she's still got to work hard every month to make those payments. She's earned it. She has a right to do it, whether you like it or not. She's not responsible for everyone's struggles out here. And she's not being selfish, Charlotte. You're reaching.
But, I think, in my opinion, like having an Amazon wish list where,
It's
you got
grifting.
something $10, $20 on there.
It's
I think,
grifting.
well, the highest thing I had on there was a dollhouse for my grandbaby.
Bet she got
And
it.
I think it was like $50 or $60. It was that one thing. And I'm so grateful that now my little baby has
Told
that.
you.
But to me, there's like an entirely big difference in just that's true, Yellow Porsche. She bought a fancy car, but
Whoa. What is the big difference? You're grifting, Charlotte. Katie doesn't grift. I don't think Katie has an Amazon wish list. Not that I'm aware of, but then I don't follow her, so I don't think Katie would have an Amazon wish list. Katie doesn't grift for money. I've never seen her ask for super chats in her videos or donations. Charlotte. Okay, but it's okay because it's different for you, right? It's different for you.
by exploiting other
I have
people's
to laugh. I
suffering.
don't know what else to do.
I would have to agree with that. Yeah, Miss I'm an Advocate for Women has completely trashed
By
Ginger's new
exploiting
book,
people.
where she got the
Okay.
first chapter
Everybody
for
you're connected to does that, including you. You're exploiting Katie for the haters to get your YouTube money. Let's be honest. It is what it is. That's, you know.
the way she spoke. She now thinks she's a literary expert. Oh, and she took
I
that
don't
one
know.
review about
Oh my
Meghan
God, you're
Markle
really
and Prince
reaching.
Harry. She took that from the Times and presented that as her own. She even like cropped out the part that said it was from the Times. She
Oh
plagiarized
my
it.
God. They're
Yeah, and
really
look how she
reaching.
treated Preacher Boy, who's really helping
Oh,
people. At 100,
oh.
Barbara, 100. The way that she has, and look, I'm not an advocate for the duck.
I don't know who the preacher boy or whatever. I don't know about none, but I do know. No, nothing was plagiarized. But yeah, I'm not even gonna bother there.
I'm not. But I don't blame the Duggars for everything that Josh Duggar did. I blame Josh Duggar for that. I think that most of the women, with their beliefs, everybody's entitled to have different beliefs.
Okay.
I don't, my beliefs are not the same as their beliefs, but I do think that they're entitled to have their own beliefs. I'm not going to trash them for that. And just
Whoa, Charlotte. I know your hate is real. And you are on that very, very, very narrow path in one direction. But you got to take a stop for a minute. Okay? Josh's family, his parents, blamed the daughters for what he did to them. Covered it up. And made them live with the boy that did that to them. And made them feel like they were wrong. It was their fault. They did something wrong. How many of the daughters have gotten away from Jim Bob and Michelle because of the stuff that was done and how they were treated and raised? They all raised them kids. Jim Bob and Michelle didn't. And there's more. You clearly don't know what you're talking about. And you don't care because you see that hate and that's it. Katie's covering it. Let's attack what she's saying. Those girls, a lot of those girls in that cult-like setting were married off very young and have to stay and are told that they have to. And drop baby after baby because that's what they're told. That's what they've always been told they have to do. They don't get an education. So, yeah. But, yeah, his family, really, you need to blame the parents. Because that's why Josh is the way he is today. Because of them covering it up and blaming the girls. Do your homework, Charlotte. Let's get back into this.
Like with Jessa, right? You know, Katie does claim that she wants to empower women and advocate for women and children, but yet, like in Jessa's case, as soon as Jessa got a sponsor, look what Katie Joy did. She sent her minions,
Okay.
to tag the sponsor, so Jessa
Did she?
lost
I
her
don't know.
sponsor last year. And she did the same thing with Miranda Derrick, when she was going after 7M and stuff. She
Wait a minute. I don't know. Did Katie really do this? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I don't follow her like that. But Charlotte, if Katie really did this and you got proof, real proof, not just your words, and not what somebody told you, real proof, that she deliberately got people to lose their sponsors, you need to come clean with it, and you should have reported that to YouTube. But is it just your words? Because that's what it sounds like to me. Show some receipts. Because I don't know. I don't know about this. But let's move on.
tags her minions, calls it a cult, accuses them of human trafficking and all this stuff. Well, what if Miranda really was trying to get money?
Charlotte, have you not been keeping up with the news? A lot of this has been coming out and was out before Katie. But has really been, there's been lawsuits and accusations. And the stuff is actually turning out to be true, Charlotte. Yeah. Shocker, huh? You're never going to accept it, are you? Didn't think so. He just lost a major lawsuit. And there's more. So, yeah. Okay.
To leave and stuff like that, right? Then Katie Joy tagging them sponsors sure in the heck didn't help her, because she lost a bunch of
He had
sponsors.
control over any money
And
those
7M is
dancers made, and he paid them very little. Have you not looked at the lawsuit that he just lost? So, yeah. Maybe you should check the facts, because I don't know them. All I know is that he controlled everything about the dancers and their lives, including what little money that he did give them. So, you need to check some facts, I think, because that's as far as I'm going with it.
lost a lot of dancers because of Katie Joy.
Yeah, no, don't think
But again,
so.
that's just my opinion. I just wish
Yeah,
that,
it is just your
look, I wish
opinion.
her luck
It's
with her car.
bad,
I'm
too.
glad she got what she wanted. But I don't know. I just wish she would have a little more insight and just realize, like, hey, there's a lot of
How
people.
come there's always, you congratulate her and then there's a but? There's always a but. But now I'm going to slam her because now I just said something nice. Now I'm going to slam her. There's some envy there. And Charlotte, you have no reason to be. Because we're all equal. Katie's not better than you. And she shouldn't act like she's better than anyone. No one is better. It's how you act. Your actions, your videos, the hate that comes out of you. Your reactions, stuff like that's what separates people. It is what it is. It's a hate channel.
Out there struggling.
But you can
Even the
change
cost
that,
of living
Charlotte.
is so freaking much these
Yes,
days.
it is. Here she goes.
I don't know how a lot of people are even going to make it. Like I was telling y'all the other day, it costs $20 a day
Told
for
ya.
like a thing of propane that lasts 24
Krypton.
hours out here. I mean, I'm now like when I grew up, my grandparents raised me, but whenever I was little, we had an old wood stove. At first we had coal, but then transitioned over to wood.
Okay. I am right back around. Woe is me. Charlotte, I'm sorry. You're having it rough right now. A lot of us are. A lot of us are. But yeah, the grip thing. That's what I can't. Look, since you moved, from what I've seen and what I've heard come out of your mouth on your lives, is like it's just not good. Like you're unhappy and you've been down in the dumps. And I'm not, you moved there knowing this stuff. Okay, let's just get back into it. Yeah.
I used to have to pack that wood in when I was little. Like
I
in
think she's projecting her situation on KJ because KJ is financially in a different situation. Let's put it that way. I'm not saying Katie's any better than her because she's not. Financially, they're in different situations. And she's going through some other things as well. You can tell with Charlotte is the hate is just physically and mentally exhausting. It's got to be. And letting someone have that much power over you. But I don't know. She's kind of projecting as well as I do think there's some envy there. Maybe even a little jealous. I don't know. It's just really high schoolish and very immature for a grandmother. And just really reaching.
the snow, it didn't matter because you had to have heat. Well, here I am now again, stuck out here in the sticks, having to
But
put
you
wood in the
chose
stove
to
again.
move
Because
there.
who the heck can afford $20 a day for
Here we go.
propane? I can't. Charlotte, she has no heart. You do, and this is why we can't understand her. Yeah, it's hard to. It really is. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around the way that she is sometimes.
Because she was proud of finally, after 12 years, getting a new car. That's what all this is about. After 12 years, getting a new car. Wow. And cooking a prime rib for Christmas dinner for her family. And enjoying her day with her family. That's what this is all about. Wow.
Her BMW has a quirk that if its auto lights always drain the battery. She doesn't drive much, so it'll always have a dead battery a lot. I was taught to never
Listen
brag
to
about
these
what you have,
people.
but to wish more for others. Me too, Brenda, but I never really
And
had a
they had
lot.
much.
So I guess
Okay, number one. How do y'all know when Katie drives or how much she drives? This is insane. This is insane.
that's why, I never had to worry about bragging.
And yeah, Charlotte, we know. Woe is you
But I don't
again.
know. I hate people that seem to be,
She's
that
not
act like they're
bragging.
too big. They've gotten too big for their britches, if you know what I'm saying.
I mean, the world come to a stop. Katie traded in her 12-year-old car and got a new car that she's got to bust her ass every month for to make the payments. World news, breaking news, everybody. She cooked a prime rib roast for dinner for Christmas and was snowed in with her family. World news, it's breaking news. Oh my God.
And that's the way that I look at Katie Joy. Like she's gotten too big for her britches. Because
But you
somebody's
don't
in the
look at
comments
her, you
saying, have
don't
you ever
watch
had
her.
an $800 oil change? Because at 10,000 miles, you will.
Charlotte, are you really going to believe this?
Ain't no way I could pay $800 for an oil change.
Oh my God. No, she didn't. I can't. I can't. Oh my God. They are so blinded. Oh, and Charlotte ran with it and read it too. Oh my God. And it's on about it. How
She
she couldn't
says,
afford it.
LOL, not true. BMW covers all maintenance for the first 4 years. Oil changes are not $800 after I ask. Okay, girl.
Oh my God. The
Okay.
hate blinds these fools.
So I bought a BMW times 7 to brag. I admit it, I did, and it bit me in the butt big time.
Well, you know what? Good for her for buying one. And just because that's your experience, are you people that jealous over Katie being able to trade her 12-year-old car in and get something nice that she works for? I'm world hunger and us having a rough time isn't on Katie. Just saying.
Hey, got a secret. Can you keep it?
These people in the comments are too much.
Mine's around $10. I struggle to pay double like you, Charlotte. Hopefully it'll get warmer soon. I know, because I'm telling y'all, like, I was hoping and praying that, yesterday was Christmas, right? The roads, they had gotten better. So I was hoping and praying that today my mail would run out here. Because, I was under the impression that the mail runs 300, every day of the week except for Sunday. Rain, sleet, or
Charlotte,
snow. That's
you
simply
knew where
not
you were
true.
moving to.
That is simply not true.
But
And
you
I didn't know
knew
that
where you were
until
moving
I'm out here
to.
where the roads are bad. I got up
You're
this
from
morning
there.
anyway, and
And
look outside. It's
you've been complaining about this move since you did it. You moved there, though. You didn't know nothing about the area you were moving to? I thought it was to be a little closer to your family, but not far from where you were living. I don't know. It just seems like you've been really unhappy since you moved. I don't know. Just my observation, just my opinion.
snowing again. So all day long, it's been snowing off and on, and I'm like, man, I can't. It's like can't catch a break. So the water has been on for what 4 days in a row. Been afraid to turn the water off. Even if it's just like a little stream, I don't want the water to freeze up. I can't afford to replace pipes. Can I ask, and I mean no disrespect, as I just got here, how do you think it affects you to always negatively be reporting on someone? I'd ask the same to Katie. Blue-eyed girl,
Listen to
no, that's a
that,
fair question.
Charlotte.
And actually, I can tell that, like, you haven't been here, like on the regular, because I haven't even talked about Katie lately. I've done a lot of true crime.
Charlotte, you talk about Katie in just about every video. I just reviewed a video of you talking about Katie reaching for desperate for content on Katie. Just like this one. You're reaching and desperate for content on Katie because you get views. Because that's how you build your channel. If you would stay ventured into these other areas, you'd probably surprise yourself. Your channel would really grow. I really think it would. But not all this hate. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But listen to what this person is telling you, Charlotte. It's gotta be so unhealthy to do this day in and day out, to build your life around this. And you really truly don't seem happy. I mean, your own words. I'm sure all this hate that you keep inside you isn't helping. You don't seem like you're happy about your move, but yeah, you moved there. I don't know. But wow, tough situation. I don't know why you're projecting it onto Katie. I don't know.
A lot of, like, missing child cases, a lot of,
Okay, we'll do those cases, but you always go back
unalived
to
children
Katie.
cases. I'm trying to aim my channel more in that direction now, but it's just I hadn't talked about her in a while, so I
That's
saw
not
this
true.
post and it got me on a rant. We'll be back.
That's not true. You talk about her all the time. There may be a couple videos where you didn't, but you're not going to find many where you didn't at least mention her in some way. Because everything with you always leads back some way, somehow, to Katie. As Down the Rabbit Hole News says, Katie of the Joy. I love the way she says that. By the way, go check out her channel. She got a good channel. Her and Nonsense.
Back to 50, 60-degree weather next week, and I cannot wait. Southern Ontario, awful times for some. Oh, I can imagine. Hey, Alberta and
These people in the
Stella.
comments, man, they really don't see past
Okay,
that
so let
hate,
me
do
stop
they?
this. Now,
Okay. They
the
just really...
reason why I titled my...
she's going into some... See, this is what I mean. She's trying to cover other content, she says. But it'll be the tail end of her live. But the rest of the live, the whole first part of the live is all about Katie. So she's constantly talking about Katie. I wish she'd listen to that person in her comments, but she won't. She won't. I was hoping Charlotte was finally tiring after all this time, but no. And because she gets her views that way. I mean, let's be honest. She gets her views that way. But yeah, I don't know what else I can say here. This is really reaching, and some of those comments were just. But anyway, guys, this is all just my opinion, and it is covered under fair use of the Copyright Act of 1976. Oh, Section 107. But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments. I do. And I guess I'll see y'all next time. Don't forget, hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks, everybody.